In the Footprints of the Lamb, Chapter 2, Part 2. He who loves God will by his love bind men to God, not to himself. John rejoiced when his disciples left him and followed after Jesus, because he loved Jesus. He who keeps God's commandments loves, for by his obedience he leads his brethren upon God's way. And this is true love. Such love conquers at last and is understood, even if throughout all its life it may have been regarded as harshness. Every friendship that does not rest upon this foundation is enmity. On the whole, this matter of cultivating friendship is a difficult point. It requires much grace and truth from above. Very few can say, as the ancient church fathers said about himself and his friend, "We were acquainted with only two ways, the one to the church and the one to the teachers of the church. We spoke of only two things, God and his word." Love is life. Without love, we cannot live. Even as our spirit is created to know, so is our heart created to love. Our heart is created for love, even as the bird is created for flight. Love is our life's beginning and end. It is the soul's light and source of warmth. He who sins against love lays hands upon his own life. Love is the greatest power. Only as long as we love do we live. Where love awakens, the dark tyrant of ego dies. Love is the bond of perfectness. It comprehends all, even God. Love is the one commandment that the Lord has given his own. Love is the mark of the new birth and the proof that our faith is genuine. It is a fruit of the Holy Spirit and compensates for the presence of Jesus himself. What is the reason that God's children have so little love? Because they have too little of the Holy Spirit. How then shall we obtain more of the Spirit? By beginning to love more. Then the triune God places himself on our side, for he is above all the God of love. For he is, above all, the God of love. Put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering. Colossians 3:12. Put on compassion, and you will be as though clad in festive garments, as though you had drunk of wine of gladness, and were refreshed by the peace of heaven, as though you had hinds feet and arms as strong as Samson. Do you think the Good Samaritan was a happy man? Who was more tired that evening, the priest or the Samaritan? Who was happiest, he who gave away his dimes, or he who kept it in his pocket? Oh, you poor children of God, who stand and wait for power from above, who seek after deeper peace and richer joy, begin to love, and you shall begin to live. The Corinthians desired to do something extraordinary, but Paul showed them a more excellent way. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. All things. No one can deny that this type of love is something extraordinary, yet the opportunity to experience it is open to all. Faith is the beginning and love the goal of our life. Faith is the beginning, and love is the goal of our life. Both come from God and lead to God. God has given us so rich an opportunity to achieve joy in life because he has given us so rich an opportunity to love. For all that calls love into service will but increase our happiness. Come, let us learn of the Lamb, that we may see what love is. Let him be our light who has loved unto death. Love leads to suffering. Christ's love brought him to the cross. Only he is able to love, therefore, who is able to suffer? As long as we expect thanks for our love, we do not love from a pure heart.